Good day, everyone. I'm Jamal K. B. Rogers, an associate professor from the University of Southeastern Philippines, and I will be presenting our research study, Predicting Student Performance Using Moodle Data and Machine Learning with Feature Importance. My co-authors for this study are Dr. Tamara Sher R. Mercado and Dr. Remeline A. Cheng. I will be presenting the study following the sections from the manuscript, which is in the IMRAD plus C format. Let me begin with the introduction. Even with all the technological progress we've seen in education, one persistent issue remains, which is poor academic performance. This is a challenge that educational institutions continue to grapple with, despite having more tools at their disposal than ever before. To tackle this, many institutions have turned into a variety of innovative approaches, from management techniques and web-based learning platforms to cutting-edge technologies like data analytics, Internet of Things, and data mining. The aim has been to find new ways to enhance student outcomes. One of the most promising developments is in this area has been the use of machine learning algorithms and deep learning models. By analyzing student data, these technologies can not only identify patterns, but also predict which students are at risk, offering a chance to intervene before it's too late. As online learning becomes increasingly popular, learning management systems, or LMS, have become central to how institutions operate. One of the key advantages of using LMS is the ability to collect valuable user data through databases and logs. Research has shown that resources and activities offered by these systems, like files, links, and forum participation, can significantly enhance academic performance. It is not just about providing content, it's about engaging students in a way that boosts their learning outcomes. A prime example of this is Moodle, one of the most widely used LMS platforms. Its modular, object-oriented dynamic learning environment allows institutions to customize and adapt their online learning experiences, making it a powerful tool for educators. Moodle offers a powerful platform for enhancing educational data mining, or EDM. EDM is all about using data to predict which students might be at risk of failing a course. By analyzing the data collected in Moodle, educators can pinpoint students who are struggling and identify the key factors affecting their academic performance. This allows for timely and targeted interventions, giving students the support they need before it's too late. What makes EDMs especially valuable is its use of machine learning techniques. These techniques not only predict student performance, but also offer crucial insights for educators and administrators. This data-driven approach creates opportunities for early interventions, which can make a real difference in student success. Many studies have leveraged educational data mining, or EDM, to predict student performance using Moodle logs. These studies have shown the potential of analyzing Moodle data to gain insights into how students are doing in their courses. However, there's a catch. Most of these studies have focused on data from just one or a few courses, often with the same instructor. This lack of diversity in data, or heterogeneity, can be a significant limitation. When these findings are applied to different courses or settings, the results might not hold up as well. Moreover, the studies have vary widely in features they use, which might not be applicable across all Moodle environments. What works in one context might not necessarily work in another. This highlights the importance of considering the broader applicability and generalizability of the features used in EDM research. In this study, the focus was on developing a predictive model by comparing different machine learning algorithms. Unlike previous research, we trained these algorithms on data from multiple Moodle courses using generic features. This goal was to create a model that could be applied across various courses, making it more versatile and widely applicable. Another key aim of the study was to identify the factors that contribute to academic performance. By understanding these factors, institutions can make more informed decisions that directly impact student success. The outcome of this study isn't just a predictive model, it's a tool that institutions can use to guide academic-related decisions. Additionally, it lays the groundwork for future researchers to build upon, further refining and expanding the potential applications of this model. Let us now proceed with the methods. The EDM tool used in the study is the R programming language and its relevant libraries. The study used 22 Moodle course logs and grades from the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and the Bachelor of Science in Information Technology from the years 2021 to 2024 in the University of Southeastern Philippines. The study data wrangled the logs and grades and engineered 8 predictor variables, namely submission actions, quiz actions, forum actions, create actions, read actions, update actions, delete actions, and days login, and a response variable performance. This is the label that we wanted to predict. The entire data set consists of 1,700 observations and 9 columns. The pre-processing aspect of the study adapted the methods of the research article published in the Journal of Education and Learning. The data distribution of the performance variable is imbalanced. As shown in the figure, students that are performing high are 615, while low-performing students are only 292. The study conducted correlation analysis of the predictor variables to assess the type of machine learning algorithms to use. As shown in the figure, high correlations are present in the dataset. This could render some algorithms to perform poorly. The study used the machine learning framework shown in the figure. The entire dataset is split into training and testing sets. The training set undergoes resampling for validation, and the resamples are used in modeling wherein multiple tree-based machine algorithms are used in training. The models generated during the training will be compared based on the performance metric, and the best model will be chosen to final fit the entire training data. The model performance is evaluated with the same performance metric using the testing data. As mentioned, performance metrics will be used as the basis for the comparison of models in training and for the evaluation of the best model on the testing set. This metric is the receiver operating characteristics, area under the curve, or ROC-AUC. ROC-AUC is a graphical representation of the trade-off between the true positive rate, TPR, or sensitivity, on the x-axis and the false positive rate, FPR, or 1 minus TNR, or specificity, on the y-axis at various settings of the model. ROC-AUC quantifies a model's ability to distinguish between positive and negative cases across all possible thresholds. Perfect model will give an ROC-AUC score of 1, and a random classifier model gives a score of 0.5. A score above 0.5 or close to 1 is considered a good score. The dataset was split into training and testing sets with 80-20 split. Stratification was used to ensure a balanced representation of the response or outcome variable and to reduce biases. Training set goes into resampling process using tenfold cross-validation. Tenfold cross-validation splits the training data into 10 folds, each acting as a testing set, while the remaining 9 are the training sets. This type of validation ensures no data leakage during the training. The study compared tree-based machine learning algorithms for training: XGBoost, Random Forest, and C5 Decision Tree. These algorithms were chosen because of their explainability and interpretability and ability to perform well with limited data, making them suitable for dealing with highly correlated features. The hyperparameters of the algorithms were tuned to get the best parameter combinations from each. Hyperparameter tuning generated multiple models based on each combination. The TuneRace ANOVA method was used during training to shorten training time by eliminating poor performing models. A recipe preprocessor was used to normalize the training data and oversample the minority class, which is the low, using the adaptive synthetic sampling approach, or ADASYN. ADASYN was used to improve the algorithm's performance on the imbalanced dataset during training. The importance of the features of the modeling performed was determined using a model-specific approach calculation. Let me now proceed with the results and discussion. Based on the ROC-AUC score, the random forest model performed best at 0.77. with a sensitivity of 0.73 and a specificity of 0.66. The C5 decision tree comes in second place with an RUC-AUC score of 0.74 and sensitivity and specificity of 0.67 and 0.72 respectively. Last place is the XGBoost with ROC-AUC of 0.71, sensitivity of 0.70, and specificity of 0.57. The random forest model was chosen as the overall best model based on the ROC-AUC score. The chosen model was fitted on the training set, the unseen data during training to validate the model's overall performance. Its ROC-AUC score on the testing set is 0.73. The model classified high-performing students with a sensitivity score of 0.69 and classified low-performing students with a specificity score of 0.66. As shown in the figure, the ROC-AUC plot indicates the model has a moderate discriminatory ability better than random guessing, but not highly accurate. The model captures a decent portion of high-performing student cases. However, there is room for improvement in increasing the TPR. The model is also somewhat effective at avoiding false positives. However, there is also room for improvement in increasing the TNR. Increasing the model performance may be achieved with increased data size. The features were ranked from highest to lowest in importance, where the most crucial feature is listed first and the least important is listed last. As shown in the table, the submission actions have been identified as the most crucial feature with a variable importance score of 72.53. Delete actions are the least important with a VI score of 4.22. This suggests that removing content from the LMS has the weakest influence on academic performance. In conclusion, we compared tree-based machine learning algorithms, random forest, XGBoost, and C5 decision tree. Among them, random forest emerged as the top performer. An important part of the study was feature importance, where we engineered 9 Moodle generic variables from LMS data collected from USEP. By focusing on the specific actions within Moodle, we were able to better understand which factors most significantly impact student performance, making our model more robust and practical for real-world application. The study was focused on 2-degree programs, and data included from 22 courses, resulting in a sample size of 1,007. While this may seem limited, it's worth noting that our dataset is actually larger than those used in many previous studies. Despite the relatively small size, the findings from this study highlight the significant potential of machine learning techniques in improving educational interventions. By leveraging these techniques, institutions can develop more effective support mechanisms for students, ultimately enhancing their academic performance. This research demonstrates that even with a modest data set, meaningful insights can be gained, paving the way for future studies to build on these results and further refine intervention strategies. And that ends my presentation. Thank you very much.